Hello and welcome back to the Battle Room. I'm the Battle Room, and today I'm joined by Raghav once again. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Sober as a kitten right now. Just trying to get some high level Pokemon analysis to grow and nourish my VGC soul.
Exactly. And today we have some of the highest level analysis that you can take in. So we have Jamie Boyt versus Michael Kelsch. I would say it's a little less high level and a little bit more batshit insane. Because Jamie is kind of a crazy player. He's very, very unique. He sticks to his guns and he uses really, really weird Pokemon.
The thing about him sticking to his guns though is every time it's a Pokemon or like a concept that you've never thought of, never heard of, and didn't think could work. But here's the thing about Jamie. He pushes these mons to their limit. He actually does make them work. This guy's top cut worlds before in 2016. He knows how to make the weird shit work, but it doesn't make it any more sensible. It never makes sense to me, and it's just fucking crazy. And Michael, he doesn't use the most standard things in the world. Like, they're usually really strong Pokemon, but he does play aggressively, and he's been the most consistent player in this form, not this format, but this generation, I'd say. He's one of the best players, like,
Easily.
of the new age. It's a banger match.
Yeah, he is a new age player. He sees Pokemon differently. He came from a singles background. He was a Ranbats king, and now he's here to dominate VGC. And it's honestly sick to watch. So we have the top four set here. If you want to watch the finals, it's also on my channel. Also, please like, comment, subscribe. But let's get into this team preview here. So this is top four. So they're playing to potentially make it to the finals of a regional. Michael wants this one, and I think Jamie wants this one really well. Really as much as he does, right? Like, this one is they're passionate about this dub.
Yeah, I think Jamie actually took a lot of time off to do commentating and certain other stuff. And I think Jamie's always really hungry for a win. It's been a while since his prime of 2016, but he's always been trying to push the meta forward. He always makes really broad claims like Incineroar is a bad Pokemon. Like, I don't know, fucking Chimchar is better, shit like that. So I'm actually really curious to see the specific sets of his team because I don't remember. I just remember seeing things and being like, yeah, this looks like a Boyd team. This doesn't look like any normal human being would ever make it.
So here we have Jamie's team. I actually, dare I say, kind of like it. I think he had some smart choices. Like, I personally do like Koraidon as well, and I did try working with Koraidon a lot. And one of the first things I noticed was that I think Clear Amulet is not necessary, and Jamie is saying, yeah, it's fucking bad, I'm using Life Orb.
Like, I get that, but what about all the other Pokemon? Like, why is it Fairy Feather Fluttermane? Why is there substitute Zoomlands Heatran?
The Heatran doesn't
And
make a lot of sense to me because I feel like Heatran is really good into Zam, which Koraidon's pretty good into Zam. And so is, Heatran's also good into Koraidon. Maybe it's just for the mirror. Obviously, it worked out for him, but the Heatran's pretty crazy. Some of the shit's really weird. I'm not a huge fan of the Fairy Flutter, but I do really like Brute Bonnet. I played Calyrex Shadow Rider myself at UIC, and I got my fucking ass handed to me by Brute Bonnet. I think the Pokemon is absolutely nuts, and it just bodies Calyrex Shadow. It's so hard to get through.
no, I like the Cloak set a lot. I think it is pretty sick, especially like its speed tier is pretty interesting. I think it outspeeds a lot of Incineroar. So getting the Spore off if they're not goggles. And in general, this team has a lot to punish Incin with the Walking Wake and the Koraidon. I think it is pretty scary into Michael's team, which we're going to talk about next, because Ice Rider's scary. Maybe that's what the Heatran's like helping out with.
Yeah, that's true. Ice Rider could go really hard in Ice Rider because Ice Rider's always has to set up Trick Room. So something like Sub actually could go kind of hard, right? Like, you just get a free Sub turn one, and then blowing that potential CC or high horsepower feels really bad into the substitute.
I know the sub makes a lot of sense. It's just like the item choices are so specific. Like the
Yeah.
Zoomlands just helps Magma Storm in the sun. I guess it's going to be a nuke. It's honestly probably fucking huge. And the Fluttermane, like, I like the sash. It's free. He doesn't have focus sash, but he doesn't care.
He just does not care. I think his team is pretty cool. It's very, very aggressive. And I feel like that's very true of Jamie as a player, is he's really aggressive player. So is Michael, obviously, but
But look, there's no flame charge too. He's clicking
No.
breaking swipes. Fucking what, dude?
I actually posted about the teams in another YouTube video, and someone commented that he said on stream, so we're trusting this random YouTube commenter with our lives here, but Jamie said he wanted a spread move. That was the logic. He said, I wanted a spread move on my Groudon.
I trust the Battle Room commenters. They're really good people. I've met every single one of them, and
They're amazing.
I think he's telling the truth.
I think he's telling the truth, which is just crazy logic to be like, yeah, I need a spread move. What does he get? All right, breaking swipe will do.
It probably hits like a truck, honestly. Koraidon's a pretty fat guy.
And having the dragon coverage is really funny. I'm not gonna lie, like it's not supposed to have that, and when it hits you with it, I'm sure it catches, like it changes the way you have to think about the matchup.
Honestly, I think it's not a terrible reason. Like, I think it probably does. Like, it's like the instant switches in. You're like, whoa, why'd that do 40%, dude? Like, well, not 40, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, a little extra.
You're like, whoa, that actually is way more than I want it to do.
And Michael's team is obviously very different. It's a hard Trick Room team, so it's a very like Jamie's gonna have to weather the storm here to try and navigate through hard Trick Room, which is gonna be hard because hard Trick Room into hyper offense usually I would say favors hard Trick Room.
Yeah, and we've already talked about this team, but just to recap, it's kind of like a really nice blend of kind of solid, popular Pokemon, but running slightly unorthodox sets to lean into that Trick Room with the Choice Band Ursh, the Goggles Bolt, which I don't think we've seen like on really anything. But like just knowing that in Trick Room Amoonguss is such a big problem, and in this case the Brute Bonnet, I think Bolt could be a huge Pokemon in this matchup, especially because offensively it nukes a lot of Boyt's team.
And it is getting boosted by either Boyd's stun or Michael's stun. So I do think Bolt goes really hard here. Also to touch on, I do think that Michael has a ton of techs to beat Amoonguss, and like Torkoal's one of them. The Terragrass or Shifu is one of them. So I think obviously Brute Bonnet is like the evil emo cousin of Amoonguss, and it kind of functions the same way. And I think he's going to use a lot of those techs to navigate that Brute Bonnet.
I like the emo cousin of Amoonguss. Maybe the older brother, the Roderick, if you will.
He is kind of, he gives a little Roderick vibes.
Dude, I think Amoonguss is definitely the wimpy kid, though. Like, this is actually so accurate. Brute Bonnet's in a band, dude. He's got the fucking cloak on because he's edgy.
He is, dude.
And he's
the
in
edgy
speed
one.
bomb, dude.
Yeah, so I do think the edgy Amoonguss is going to be the key factor here. Can Boyt pilot it well? It is really nice though that it is gonna I think it's gonna get the defense boost, I imagine, but the defense boost is gonna be huge in the sun. I think we're gonna have to see Koraidon come to this matchup, and you're gonna have to set up the sun for your boy Brute right there.
You think Koraidon's gonna come to the matchup, smart guy?
I would say I would take out some life savings on Koraidon coming to this matchup.
I mean, it's as restricted. I think it's coming. I think Ice Rider's really scary for Boyd, so I'm curious how he leads into it.
So we're gonna see
Smeargle Calyrex.
Yeah, Smeargle Calyrex, that's safe, and Heatran, Brute Bonnet. So,
Dude, I love Heatran's renaissance in this format. Like, he's just become a good Mon again.
he's cool. When Heatran's good, the format's good. I don't know if that's true here, but he's pretty fucking cool. So is this just actually a really safe? I mean, you could go for a Rage Powder Magma Storm, sure. I was thinking sub, but you could also Magma Storm. Like, you are just gonna take this.
This is really smart to block the Spore, but Fake Out from Michael means that Brute Bonnet's doing nothing but just clicking Rage Powder. He's just fucking crying about how mad he is right now.
So as long as Michael's in close combat, this is a good fucking turn for Michael here. We're gonna see Glacial Lance, sure. You don't need to set up Trick Room yet. This is just a free Fake Out Glacial. And that's the, oh my god.
What?
He's dead. He's fucking dead.
That was not worth. Oh, it was a crit.
Yeah. I was going to say the cool part about hard Trick Room, like, Michael is able to abuse the momentum here because you can't risk just getting Fake Out Trick Roomed on. So protecting there is kind of stupid. So he gets free damage on both these Pokemon, and he kills one of them. But he also gets free damage on Heatran, which you just don't protect or you don't sub because you just get the Fake Out. It's just free damage.
Honestly, even if he didn't get that kill there, it was just a huge momentum suck for James. Because he got Faked Out and Rage Powdered. The Lance is just free damage. And here, this is the problem, like what Jamie was saying, why he wanted to spread move on Koraidon. The spread move is Snarl right now, dude. I think this is a free follow me Trick Room. Like, I don't see any reason not to do that.
Yeah, I'm seeing no reason. Also, you want to know something really infuriating? Every time Calyrex uses Glacial Lance, he like turns to the side and he just stands like that for the rest of the battle, and it really bothers me. I'm sorry if I ruined Calyrex for you, but look at him. He just turned ever so slightly.
You didn't ruin anything. I know he does this. It's because he's a fucking Chad, all right? And he's
He's staring
literally
him down.
he is staring them down. He's like, I just hit you with my icicle spear, dude. You ever seen Game of Thrones? He's literally the Ice King or whatever it's called.
The White Walkers. So this turn is really safe from Michael. I think it's just a follow me trick room. Hear me out. I think it goes really hard here.
You know a couple things about that here in the battle room.
It's true. I do love trick room, and I do love a follow me trick room. Yeah, he's not risking anything. He doesn't want to get blasted by some stupid, crazy Hydro Steam from Choice Specs, Terra Water, Walking Wake, and he's not going to take that. So
Yeah, Michael's been around the block. He knows what to do here. You just click Trick Room. And I genuinely think that Jamie can't win. Like, you just Spore Lance. The Terra's already been cooked. Like, there's nothing you can do.
I think you
have
can
boost,
also you
too.
can just Terra Grass to or Terra Fire your Calyrex, so there's no risk. Yep, there's the forfeit. Yeah, Jamie cannot win this. He recognizes he doesn't waste the viewer's time, and he doesn't waste Michael's time.
No, this is awesome because I don't think I could have talked about what Michael needs to do. I feel like even you know my nephew who's 2 years old knows to just click Sport Glacial there.
Yeah, I think anyone could. I could get anyone to click Sport Glacial there, but Michael, he's a pro player. He can make that shit happen. So what do you do now if you're Jamie? Like, I just think you can't. That turn one was just so ass that I just don't know how you overcome from that. And I think it's fine. Like, Jamie can just say, all right, you got me. I'm going to make sure to Terra my Brute Bonnet or set up the Sun, either one. I mean, the critical hit did matter, but I do think, like you said, it was kind of a momentum suck.
No, that turn was not good enough. I think it's what you said. Like, I know Jamie uses crazy stuff, but I would bet $1 billion that's defense boosting Brute Bonnet. So I think you might need to lead that with like get the sun up, and you can switch Koraidon out immediately if that's what you need. Just get the defense boost off, and use the Covert Cloak to get a Spore off, or just put on pressure, kill the Smeargle, do what you need to do, but you can't just lose your Brute Bonnet. You said it in team preview. That's the whole matchup. That's
Yeah.
like the key to winning this thing, and it died immediately. Just yelling about his problems, like fucking rage powdering.
Like, the thing, too, is, like, Heatran is such a safe switch, because if Michael were to make a crazy read and CC Koraidon, then it's like, all right, I'll let you do that. But most likely, he's not going to do that. So I feel like it is so safe to potentially just lead your Koraidon. Maybe even just threaten some damage, or threaten to protect, right? Like, it's not a huge deal. Also, I think
No,
good.
I'm with you. He never CCs Koraidon either.
No, yeah. So I think it is pretty safe to do a switch like that. You could get spored. The Smeargle is putting on a lot of pressure. I think Smeargle is the MVP of Michael's team throughout this entire run. I think it puts on so much pressure because you have to respect either getting decorated on, faked out, or spored. And Michael almost always gets to have the control over which one of those things is happening.
The dog is a threat.
He's
Real
the
quick
fucking
on
dog.
the drip battle though.
Oh, the drip
I
battle.
think Jamie's looking a little clean. I think the shirt is well fitted. I think it's a good cut on him. I know it's a little simple, but with what we're working with, I don't mind it, dude. Like, you
I
know,
think
Michael's
coming-
got to play Pokemon.
Coming to the tournament with a well-fitted, no ad, like just a plain shirt is fire, because then you know they're not going to make you wear the ugly play Pokemon shirt on stream, and you're just going to look clean. So we got the leads here.
Yeah,
We're
that
going to
means
see
he meant business.
he meant business. I agree. So we're going to see Koraidon and Brute Bonnet. Like I said, we totally missed the booster.
No, it was defense. I
That
saw
was
it.
defense, perfect. And we're going to see the Smeargle Calyrex. So Jamie adjusting exactly how we said he should.
Dude, he's clicking breaking swipe. Does he know that it doesn't work on clear amulet?
I think it's fine. I want to see how much it does. I really fucking do. I want to see this move in action here. So Smeargle's going to go
Michael's
Terra
carrying
Grass.
turn one.
Ooh, this is so good for Jamie. Because he doesn't want to take that Spore. He's going to go for potential follow me. I think I think the Koraidon lead enough just slowed down the momentum of Michael here, just by leading it and bringing it.
This is actually just a huge turn, though. He's made Michael commit to Terra.
I'm not going to
And
lie.
I don't know if he spored or crunched, but this is a lot of damage out from Jamie. Oh, he did spore, so that's actually really important Terra on Michael's end.
And he's going to go for
Glacial's
Glacial.
again.
I mean, hey, two super effective Pokemon. I'm going to press that fucking button, and Koraidon is cooked. Just one breaking swipe so far of the set. Well done, King.
That was really well timing. That was like glacialing instead of trick rooming, thinking the Koraidon's not switching out just yet. So he knew the Koraidon was actually just gonna fucking drop.
The crazy part here, though, is I think this is still a decent spot for Jamie, because now you do threaten a free Spore on Calyrex, and there's not much you can do. Yeah, something's going to sleep in that slot unless you switch in your Raging Bolt. That has to be the only thing you can really do.
It's funny, yeah. Actually, just taking 1,000,000% from Glacial Lance on both Pokemon does leave him in a pretty advantageous position.
Yeah, he lost like what was that? A whole Pokemon and like half of a brute bonnet just for nothing.
Yeah, and I don't think anything can switch into the Spore other than Raging Bolt, and then you're locked into the Dragon Pulse anyway. So, yeah, the Smeargle can't stay, can't protect, guaranteed dead. Even though this Spore is going to hit the Bolt most likely here, I don't think it matters because you can just Pulse it the next turn,
The
right?
Dragon
And the
Pulse was
Terra's
a
gone
yeah.
on Michael's end.
The Pulse is a really good lock in. I think he had to do that. If he didn't do that, the Raging Bolt would just go fucking crazy here, ballistic. But
You know,
now,
I thought that was a really bad turn from Jamie turn one, but this is turned around.
like the Terra commitment from Michael got what he wanted turn one. Like that was his intended outcome, but it just was not enough. Oh shit, it's him. It's Bandit Darkfu, the king.
But
I-
he's not living. He's not living a Dragon Pulse.
No, he is not living a Dragon Pulse. Well, also Brute might outspeed the Urshifu. One thing to note about Michael's team is, I think that's min speed Urshifu.
So that's min speed. I think the Brute does outspeed it, and so you can Spore and Dragon Pulse the
Yeah.
Raging Bolt.
You don't even have to play crazy.
That'd be really good.
Or just Rage Powder
Oh,
Dragon
gee.
Pulse. Yeah, I'm down for that. I think that's pretty safe.
I actually do think that's a better play. I think the Spore is not really that important. This way you can't get sucker punched. We see the Thunderclap.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god, they did a lot. Oh, and the Sucker Punch.
Ooh.
Wow, so that Urshifu is slow. Like you said, it's slower than the Bolt. I didn't know that was possible.
Yeah, also really crazy that Jamie called that, because if he did attack, like we were talking about the Spore Dragon Pulse play, he could have potentially just lost his Walking Wing and maybe lost the game there. So that was actually just a really good Rage Powder, just clutched up the game for him. And now he's locked in the Sucker Punch, which feels pretty fucking bad, because now you just freely Spore and just switch the other slot around, and there's nothing Michael can do. You're going to fucking sleep, buddy.
Yeah, the amount of choice items on on screen, like in on both teams, is pretty nuts.
He tried.
I do think that this is curtains and Michael can't win now. You just Spore, and maybe just like you have Terra available too. I think you can just Terra Fairy. Like
You can also just like, if you land one Magma Storm here onto this Calyrex, it's so fucking dead.
yeah, and the Terra's gone. Michael wasted the Terra turn one. That's actually just a lot of pressure.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think again, Michael got what he wanted. I think he thought the game would just go better from there, but Jamie takes 1 million damage and clutches the game up because Brute Bonnet went nuts. And that was what I was saying. Like, he just needed to not die. Maybe the crit in game one did actually seal it. Maybe that was actually doomed. Maybe he just needed to take 1 million and still win anyways.
Ooh, I really do like that sub Spore. My only thing is that the Ice Rider could wake up here in Trick Room.
It can wake up, you're right. Even if it glacials, I think it's not the best, but you still have Terra Fairy, so I think you're okay.
Yeah, then you'd have to risk a turn one wake up maybe from the Oh no, it hasn't taken a single turn yet. That is
Yeah.
really nice that Sucker Punch is priority like that.
It's really nice for Jamie here, and he stays asleep. So now all we need to do is hit a Magma Storm, and this shit is fucking over. And he's cooked, burning in the storm.
I mean, to be honest, I might even just Sucker Punch the Calyrex and just Terra Fairy Blast the Urshifu, get rid of it, and then Walking Away Keytrend should win the game.
Oh, yeah, you're totally right. Yeah,
Wait, why is he Rage Powdering? I don't really get that one.
I don't get it at all, actually, because he Terra Fairy. So like, I don't. He would probably want the CC to hit Heatran. I don't really understand this one. I don't think it matters, but I think
I don't
Sucker
think
Punch
it
was
matters at
free.
all, but I think the Seed Bomb or Sucker Punch is pretty free. Because the Urshifu is guaranteed turn to sleep anyway.
Yeah, because Heatran kind of like, you kind of can die now to a Glacial Lance spam. So like, I don't know. Okay, Urshifu can't wake up here. We're chill there, and then he's gonna go for probably Trick Room once he gets to move. Also, it's kind of funny that this like full support not support Heatran, but this guy's about to nuke him with the 4x Terra Fairy Blast. Heatran is really
Dude,
good.
I
in this
use
matchup.
that shit. It is good. It's so useful into these Pokemon like Urshifu, Raging Bolt.
Oh yeah.
Just the dragons, dude. It's so helpful because Magma Storm's huge into any neutral or super effective target.
I mean, honestly, Heatran's like special attack stat's pretty strong too. Like, and Fairy's like the best type, so it just makes sense to me. He's just a good Fairy type. All right,
No, for real.
Sucker Punch.
I think this game's over. It's just Sucker Punch and Magma Storm, I think.
I don't.
Why is he seed bombing?
I don't like
Carrot
that.
blasting?
All right, he forfeited.
Okay, Michael's not even gonna let him to throw the game, so.
I don't like that Brute Bonnet has 4 legs. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he should have 2, but he has 4.
Dude, I didn't even notice.
You'll notice in game 3.
Is being sad make you have extra legs, you think?
Maybe. Okay, how do you... So he's actually... Wait, he has 6 lamps then, right? That's kind of nuts. Anyways, what are you doing to adjust to this one? How are you... You know, like, I think it's just not blowing Terra Grass, but dealing with this Brute Bonnet is actually really quite a pain in the ass for Michael. It's not easy.
Well, he's got the limb advantage, like you pointed out. That is difficult.
Yeah, I don't. He's got so many limbs.
I think that really the killer was when that Walking Wake came in and you were just eating those spores.
Yeah.
You need to find a better way to get, or just get that Trick Room up sooner. Like, I think once you're in Trick Room, it's really hard for Jamie to get the momentum up. And if you get that Raging Bolt in safely, maybe, like, I don't know.
I think maybe it is just like the Glacial was actually bait, and you should follow me, suck that spore up with the Terra Grass, but then set up Trick Room so you don't risk going to sleep later. And maybe you just have to win in those turns and use Raging Bolt to, like, maybe secure an endgame against, like, Walking Wake or Heatran with the terrain gone, or the Trick Room gone.
I do like that. I also thought Urshifu wasn't the most useful bring there, but I don't know if Indeedee or Torkoal would be necessarily better.
No, I mean, I don't think Torkoal's great into either Heatran or... it's good into Brute Bonnet, which could, you know, forcing the Terra maybe could help you out, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Earth Power's no slouch. We've seen it do pretty big damage. The turtle's fucking wearing crazy glasses right now.
All right, same leads for both players. Notice Brute Bonnet's 4 legs.
Oh, I see 2 of them right now. The little nubs and a tail, dude.
And a tail, yeah.
He's got hella limbs. What the hell?
Yeah, he goes hard. Okay, what are you doing here? I think Jamie could... I think he could potentially follow the same route, but I do think if Trick Room goes up, it is kind of bad. But then I guess Koraidon lives the turn, so it's not the end of the world. I do think maybe just Spore Breaking Swipe feels pretty good. Oh, what the hell? That's crazy.
He's playing even more aggressive, saying, you know, maybe you're going to Spore this time. I guess that's why Jamie's too afraid to switch into Heatran. He's afraid of the Spore.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's okay to trade Koraidon like this. I think it really just needs the boost on Brute, and that's all you need to win. So I think this is okay because Koraidon will live the turn, and then Brute maybe could even Terra Water. Because now there's a speed sandwich on the Smeargle, which I think is really big. Because when Trick Room goes up, Brute can just kill Smeargle, which will be lit.
And a Terra Fire on the Koraidon makes it so you don't even die to any of the Ice Rider hits because it doesn't have high horsepower anymore either. And you have Rage Powder active.
And big thing here about the Flare Blitz is now it actually will die to Seed Bomb. Whereas when he was breaking Swipe, it wasn't at 1 HP. So, and he's not gonna press Trick Room again?
He lanced again? Well, this is just a pretty free switch to Walking Wake, I want to think.
It's just gonna follow the same route. How is he gonna... It seemed too good. I don't know how he's supposed to break out of this loop.
Do you just Dragon Pulse and Spore again? Like there's...
He's actually running back game too, and he's saying, I know what to do this time. What?
Urshifu, Torkoal, or Indeed. I think no matter what, you just Spore Dragon Pulse every fucking time.
And he doesn't have Terra for Raging Bolt again. Like, he literally just can't. The Smeargle just is worthless again. I don't know how he's supposed to get out of this one. Like, genuinely.
What does a little German boy know that we don't?
He literally saw something along the line. Like, genuinely, he literally played that game out and he said, I messed up on this turn. If I do this, I bet I can bait him. He totally saw something that we missed, and he's going to rip out a brand new line, and he's going to take Jamie Boyt on a wild ride. Or he's going to lose in the exact same way.
that is an apt description. But you could see Jamie taking his time to lock that in, too. I think even he's wondering the same thing. He's like, there's no way he's doing the same thing without a reason. Like, what's happening, dude?
He's like, this is fucking crazy. Okay, so he's going to eat the Spore on Calyrex this time. That's
okay,
the
actually,
big
I really
change.
respect that. I really respect that. I think more people need to just accept, I'm going to bed. I'll probably wake up soon enough, though.
It's kind of wild how much this... One big thing about Brute Bonnet, though, is that this thing is good when Trick Room is not up. So, like, it's faster than Calyrex. It's faster than Torkoal, obviously. Like, it's faster than
Faster
Calyrex
than
is the big one.
Yoshifu.
Yeah, faster than the Yoshifu, which is really huge for, like, that's a huge plus that it does over, what's it called? Wimpy Kid. Amoonguss.
Amoonguss.
Yeah. So Ndidi
Little,
coming
little
in.
brother. Roderick rules in that way.
Ndidi coming in is crazy, though. What? What is... I still don't see the vision, man. I really
Because he
don't.
can just get spored. I think he's really banking on like a first turn wake up, maybe.
He just said, yeah, actually this matchup blows. I'm going to just wake up and hope that it's enough.
Dude, but those are the lines. He ran the simulations. He was like, yeah, if I get a second turn wake up, I should win the game. Like
Yeah.
maybe, dude.
Maybe because you're just pressing Trick Room, you can't get Sucker Punched. You can't get fucking Dragon Pulse. I mean, you can eat a Dragon
You
Pulse,
can't get
too.
spored again. It's the low
Yeah.
priority. And then when you're in Trick Room with the Calyrex and Bolt or Shifu,
You just win.
the game should be over just because Lance is too strong.
Because, I mean, like, yeah, he is really weak to Lance. The big thing here is Jamie does have a Terra, and both those Pokemon do have a defensive Terra for, holy fuck, that did a lot of damage. But both of those do have a defensive Terra for the Glacial Lance, which is kind of nice. Calyrex gets the first turn wake. Holy shit.
Never punished. That he knows exactly what was going to happen.
No.
That's why he took the sleep. It was a short power nap.
He actually, did he just bank on that? Is he about to go nuts and just win because he got the first turner?
Dude, I do think though that the Spore into Ndidi might not have been optimal. I feel like killing it might have been better. Although he would have just auto lost if Calyrex spoke up. So this is actually really good for Jamie. I think he can't let the Bolt get in for free.
I'm just worried that it one-shots the Walking Wake with +1 Glacial, because remember, it did kill Koraidon, so it is at +1, so this guy's ready to fuck. He's about to go nuts.
Oh, you're so right.
Yeah, he's about to just blast these guys. Okay,
So it's
Michael,
actually a big 50-50.
Michael's just rubbing his hair. He's nervous as fuck here. He sees the Bonnet. He nods his head. Is it a good thing? I think it does live the Glacial now, so this thing will be put to sleep. But I don't know if Heatran can go the distance versus Bolt without a Terra. Calyrex protects.
Oh, it protects it. I saw the Spore go into Calyrex. I don't remember what the Walking Wake did. But if it punishes this Bolt switching, I think Michael's cooked. I think the game's over.
Holy shit! What a play to bring that guy in. What a play to bring that guy in.
That was so risky, but you're totally right. I forgot about the +1. That changes the position entirely.
Now this is huge because now you just CC Brute and you can just Dragon Pulse. Like, this could just be a free... You're guaranteed one hit KO because both of them can't switch. So you're actually just chilling.
Dude, you can even Lance. It doesn't even matter.
You could Lance. He is going to go for the CC, like I said, though.
No,
And
he
Jamie just
plays way
stayed in.
better.
Jamie just stays in. Oh, he's Dracoing. He's praying. You know, when there's a prey on the field, it's a Draco Meteor. He's throwing out a prayer. Here it comes. He needs this
I think
to
you
hit.
have to Draco. Otherwise, it's just like you
100%.
died at Dragon Pulse, dude.
100%. No, you have to Draco.
Oh, his neck is going long. What does this mean?
Draco Meteor.
It's
He
a shower
connects.
of
He
fucking
connects.
meteors, dude.
He wins. He takes the game. Because the last one is Heatran, which I don't think can take a +2 CC. That was
And
crazy.
Terra's gone too. Yeah, the game's over, dude. It's over.
It's over.
There's
It's
nothing you
over.
can do. This was a crazy set. Honestly, Jamie made it look a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
I thought his matchup was pretty bad, but Brute really was very effective at slowing down what Michael wanted to do. But that safety goggles bolt was huge. I think without safety goggles, this shit was cooked.
Yeah, and he still had to get the turn right, bringing it in
Yeah.
on a turn where it just died to Dragon Pulse.
Yeah, that was
I think
nuts too.
that was a decider, dude.
The protect
that's
from
it, that's
Calyrex
it.
was so clean. Yep. See you later, Heatran. And Michael Kelsch is going to advance to the finals. Again, if you want to check out the finals, we broke those down already. Go check out the last video on my channel. But thank you guys so much for watching. And congrats to Michael for winning top 4 of the Stockholm Regional Championships. It was a cool set to watch. I think the hard Trick Room matchup versus the Hyper Offense is always kind of interesting. Like, it's a weird dynamic, and I think Michael was reacting to that for the first time. Like, I doubt he really had a ton of prep versus Jamie.
No, that team's so crazy. This has been a really fun regional to analyze just because the teams are crazy and the level of play, it's like every single set's been kind of crazy, like chaotic.
Yeah, it's just like pure, like, it's just stuff you haven't seen before, which is kind of wild in this format where I think it's been super boring and like there isn't been, I mean, I don't know. Like, we had Lunala win, we had Koraidon win, Michael could win with
You
hard
know,
trick
in the
room here.
finals too,
Yeah,
which we analyzed,
yeah.
like
So
different
like,
kind.
yeah. So it's just like the format is kind of getting spicy when I really didn't think it could.
I know, and this is just why I love this game, dude. It's an art form. People with their teams and the way they play, it's like, it's truly beautiful. If you can't tell, we really fucking love this game. Like, we're literally chilling, just having fun, but it's like, it's our passion. Like, we love VGC, dude.
We do. I think it's beautiful. I really do think it can be so beautiful to watch. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you guys next time.
Peace.